All right, hope everyone has been well. We're just rounding the corner to the rainy season and hurricane season here in South Florida. So unfortunately through the best time of the year in terms of weather, but hey, what can you do? It's South Florida, right? So let's get right into the numbers. I have some good news for some people and I have some lousy news for other people. So let's go ahead and break right in. First things first, as always, we want to look at the number of properties that sold year over year. Really, it's going to tell you what the market health looks like more than anything else. So 358 sales in April of 2017 down to 327 sales in April of 2018. So we're off by 8.7%. Overall, that's just not good figures. What we really want to see are the amount of sales picking up, the amount of for sale inventory coming down. That's really what's going to help sellers. As I've been warning again and again to you guys, this is segmented by price point. If you're looking for a $250,000 property, the market is going to look extremely different than if you're looking at a higher dollar property. Nevertheless, let's keep right on. Listings, 2,383. April of last year, 2,402. Let's call it, it's a 1% difference. Let's call it relatively unchanged year over year. But again, important to know there is a lot of sales or a lot of properties for sale out there. Buyers have a lot of product to choose from. What this really means on the sell side that I've been saying again and again is if you're going to put something up for sale, you need to stand out not only through the marketing of the property, but through the condition of the property, how it's shown. Right now the properties that aren't showing great, if they are selling, they're selling at a discount. Like I said, just keep in mind buyers have a lot of options. Again, to reiterate, that is by price point. Lower dollar properties still moving really quickly. Medium and higher dollar properties, we're seeing things a bit on the slower side. So let's roll right on. Average price per square foot from 283 to 323. So we're up 14.1%. What I do want to kind of highlight to you guys is something I've been saying, and it's becoming evidence more and more, and you're going to see it on the next slide as well. What's really happening here is that the lower dollar properties are really pushing up in price. Two things can happen in our area when we see the price per square foot number rising. It can be that the bottom is pushing up. What was selling at $100 a square foot pushes up in price, and it brings our average up because we have an awful lot of activity. About half of the activity is below 350,000. So as that bottom pushes up, it's going to push up the average price per square foot. The other thing that can happen are high dollar sales. If we have a few $15-20 million sales clipped through in a single month, it's going to push the price per square foot up because those are waterfront properties, high-end product. It's going to sell at a lot higher price than a starter home that's landlocked. So keep that in mind as we roll to the next slide. Median pricing from 290,000 up to 335,000. That's up 15.5% year over year. What I do want to say about this is where the market is getting extremely tight is on the lower end. I can't say this to you guys enough. If you're a first-time home buyer or if you're a seller and you're in that lower dollar price range, it's tougher and tougher to find something. Price is really moving up from the bottom. So when I look at this median price per square foot, and I'm telling you, you guys have been watching, 40 to 50% in a given month of sales happen below 350,000. So the bulk of the market moving in that lower price point, that price point's been pushing up in price. It's going to push median sale prices up. So if you look at why that's happening, that's likely the reason. Again, once you get 700,000 and above, we get to a slower moving product. So just keep that in mind. Days on market. Kind of an interesting slide here, right? So the average days on market were 95 in April of 17. They're down to, down to 88 days on market in April of 18. So down 7.4%. Basically just telling you, you should be able to sell your home in a few days less than you were. But again, we're still right around that 90-day mark. And then, of course, to note, the sold price versus the original listing price, 90% tells you on the whole, properties are selling for 10% less than they were originally priced for. That can be due to a number of things. If you enter the market incorrectly and you shoot too high, you're going to have to cut your price down. That's where you get a 10% gap from. It could be on the higher end where price negotiations are a little bit, the gap is a bit larger. It's not unusual to see something that sells for 10% off the market within a couple of weeks that's priced on the high end. There's just more room for movement. This really isn't happening on the lower end. I got to stress that with people a lot. You know, you'd be lucky to get a couple of percentage points out of a lower priced or lower dollar value property. The market's just tighter all around there. Moving on, months of inventory, 6.7 months of inventory a year ago, 7.3 months of inventory now, pushed up 9%. As always, the yardstick there is 6 months favors neither buyers nor sellers. Less than 6 months is going to favor sellers. More than 6 months is going to favor buyers. I still do feel like we're in a buyer's market here, no matter what the national headlines are saying. No inventory for sale. It's a seller's market everywhere. Not so much so around here. So again, always important to know what applies nationally isn't going to apply locally. I just want to close it out with telling you guys on the website, when I did the redesign, along the right hand side, you'll see a column for market reports. I tried to break down, you know, I have a lot of you guys that live in Southwest Ranches, Davie, up in Pompano, down Hollywood. So I tried to create some market reports for those areas as well. You can go in and create some custom market reports for just about anywhere in Broward County. Again, it's just going to be along the right-hand side of the website. If you scroll down, you'll see a whole section for market reports. So if you do want to know what's going on in your local area, you want even more data than I give you, you know, if you want to get zip code specific or anything, because I did go to all of Fort Lauderdale for my information now, please feel free to do that. If you have any questions on getting it set up, or if you want a little bit of guidance on it, as always, call or email me. That's what I got for you guys. Hope you had a good month, and try to get the video out to you the middle of next month. We'll see how it goes. We have a pretty hectic July coming up. So take care. Hope all is well.